Think about the last time that you and a friend wanted to go to the movies, but couldn't decide which picture to see. Perhaps you knew that you definitely didn't want to see a sappy, romantic, cry your eyes out film, but didn't really know what you did want to see. If your friend had a stronger opinion, you probably ended up seeing their pick, whether you liked it or not. So when you don't know exactly what you want, you can be forced to compromise with someone else's concrete suggestions. This is why when preparing for a negotiation, the first thing that you need to do is decide exactly what it is that you want to achieve. It's important to be optimistic when negotiating, so you should first come up with an ideal outcome. If the stars aligned with the other party and they agreed with every suggestion that you brought to the table, what Hollywood-style ending would the negotiation have? If you were negotiating salary, this would be your ideal sum. If you were negotiating seating charts with your fiancé, it could mean that they looked at your chart, nodded, and said, "Looks good to me." No matter the negotiation, you need to have a best possible outcome mapped out. Because even if it doesn't happen often, the other party might just say, "Okay," when you tell them what you want. If they ask you for your ideal, you don't want to find yourself empty-handed. Because life is not all rainbows and butterflies, you also need to be ready to settle for less than the ideal. After deciding on your ultimate outcome, try to come up with as many other acceptable outcomes as possible. Try to foresee the reasons that your ideal might not be feasible and come up with other outcomes that take those reasons into an account. For example, imagine that you and a friend have decided to take a vacation together. You have said that you want to hike the Appalachian Trail. Your friend has said that she wants to go to an all-inclusive resort, and you have resolved to talk about it later. There is quite a difference between those two outcomes, so you will need to think of other desirable outcomes that incorporate your friend's needs. If the friend is a workaholic or social media addict, perhaps a ski lodge with reliable Wi-Fi would pique her interest more than several days in a tent would. This seems like it could be a viable compromise, taking into account her penchant for relaxing indoors and your passion for outdoor activity. No matter your negotiation topic, try to find out ideal outcomes that would involve compromise. Jot them all down so that they're ready on the day of your decision.